What's up, guys? It's your girl Sophina the Diva. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, today's video is gonna be a little bit different. I was getting really studious a couple weeks ago and I read a book. I don't typically read books. I always give it to people that read books for fun and that read books quickly. I feel like I've always wanted to be that person, so I kind of got in tune with that part of me as that person, if that makes sense. And I read a book in a week. That is crazy for me, at least. Anyway, and the book I read was The 5 Love Languages. This isn't the book that I actually read. The book I actually read is a purple one. So I'm gonna be doing pretty much a book review in a sense, telling my personal feelings and what I got out of the book. And this one is The 5 Love Languages for Singles, because I'm single. So I got this book as well and I started to read it, but I have not finished it. I'm not even halfway through, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just do a book review on the original book, and then later I'm gonna go do a book review, if you guys want to, on the singles one. I did ask you guys on Instagram if I should do a review on this book. Actually, no, I didn't, but someone suggested it and I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea, because I feel like this book is very important for life. This book is pretty much talking about relationships, especially in marriages, and that's why I got the book for singles, because the other one was talking about marriages and I didn't know it was about marriage because I am not in a relationship, much less married. Yeah, but it's still really good. So if you are in a relationship or you are married, get the book. If not, maybe try to get the singles one and see how it goes. Anyway, so the 5 love languages. I feel like they are all pretty self-explanatory, but I kind of want to go through all of them, then we'll go from there. Number 1. Words of affirmation. There's different versions of words of affirmation, but pretty much you're handsome, you're beautiful, but then it could be deeper than that. Like, wow, I really appreciate when you clean the house for me, or you're such a hard worker. Just words that make people feel good, that compliment them, whether it's on their looks, their personality, their work ethic, whatever. Number 2, acts of service. That means pretty much doing things for someone. Say you live with your boyfriend or your husband or wife, whatever it is. And this could go for friendships as well. So acts of service is, say if you went over your friend's house and you guys had a sleepover, right? Your friend went to go take a shower and you were up. You made the bed for them, folded the blankets. So those are acts of service. You washed the dishes. So you did something to make someone else's life easier. To me personally, if I have a friend come over and sleep over and my covers are messed up, I like it when someone makes my bed. I love my bed made. I make my bed every single morning. When I get married, that's what would be very nice for my husband to do in the future if I don't do it, or if I can't do it, if I'm in a rush, whatever it is. Number 3, receiving gifts. Giving gifts is awesome, makes you feel good, but receiving them does as well. And it doesn't mean in the sense of you have to go spend a whole bunch of money when you buy a gift. Say you are wealthy, then yeah, go for it. Buy your significant other something expensive, something nice that you think that they want. If you have it like that, yeah. But if you don't, it's really about you thought of that person when you got it. So say for instance, you went on a hike, your significant other loves flowers and you saw this beautiful flower, so you picked the flower and you came home and you're like, hey honey, I found this flower and I thought of you and I know you love flowers. That's a present, that's a gift. So it doesn't have to cost money. It's really just about the thought. Gifts are really nice to give and they are really nice to receive. Number 4, quality time. Quality time is pretty much spending time with your friend or your significant other. So a best friend. You planned to hang out because you guys haven't seen each other in a while, just going over each other's apartment, and you literally spend hours just catching up and talking. That's quality time, because you're talking and you're listening and you're giving advice and you're laughing, and quality time is important. And number 5, physical touch. It doesn't really mean touching, but holding hands in public, kisses, hugs, a back rub, a pat on the back, a caress. There's so many different types of physical touch. I have some friends that they don't like to be touched, but I recently found out that one of my close friends, one of her love languages is physical touch, and she's one that doesn't technically like touching. But for me, when I have a friend that doesn't like touching, I end up hugging them even more. It's really weird. I know that sounds bad, but trust me, I know that they like it and they deep down do, because hint hint, she likes physical touch. In general, all 5 love languages are very important, and you should try and do all of them with your friends, your family, and your significant other. This book is saying that we all have a primary love language, so you have 1 or 2 that are your top. How do you find that out? You take the test. So when you read the book, there's a whole bunch of examples on all the love languages and stories about people and how they found their love language. And in the back of the book, there's the test. So you get to actually take the test to find out what your love language is. Now, the questions are very very weird. It's pretty much an A, B, or C, D. There's only 2 options you can choose for each of the questions. The questions are quite weird. Do you like to be touched? Would you rather be hugged or get a present? Well, I mean, depends on the situation, obviously. There's some weird ones that you're like, well, obviously this or obviously that, but everyone's different. So you take the test and you figure out what your love language is. Now me, I am a very indecisive person. So when I took this test, I pretty much tested even. And then I thought in my head and I went through all of them and I was like, I literally can have an example for every single love language and why I fit every single love language. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. Maybe I might need to go to this dude, Mr. Gary Chapman, so he can figure out what my love language is, because clearly this girl is too indecisive. I tried taking the test multiple times and it's just like I cannot figure out what my love language is. Another thing that the book said was a lot of times if you think about your past relationships or you think about past like family relationships or friend relationship, what did you complain about the most? Sometimes that means that that's what your love language is, and sometimes also what you do for others the most means that that possibly could be your primary love language as well. So I thought about that as well. And with different ones of my relationships, I complain about different things. When it comes to family and stuff like that, I do multiple things. I do presents, I do acts of service, I do words of affirmation. I do think that I fit every single one of them, but I feel like my mom knows me best. So I had her read the book and I asked her, what do you think my primary love language is? And she told me she thinks my primary love languages are acts of service and words of affirmation, which I mean, I agree as well, but I do think all of them kind of fit me. Granted, I haven't been in a relationship with my mom, but I have been in a family mother relationship. Every relationship is different. So pretty much that is my little review on the book. I think it's very helpful and gets a good insight of how you like to be loved and how you can figure out how to love others better. I do recommend reading the book because I did enjoy it and I gotta finish this one. There's multiple versions of the book. There's this one for singles, there's the original which is technically for married couples, there's one for children, teenagers. I think there might be more, but I'm not really sure. So check it out, let me know how you like it if you decide to get it and read it. That is the end of this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you maybe got a little bit of an insight. I want you guys to go take the test and let me know what your primary love language is. If you already know it, go ahead and comment below what your primary love language is. It's really cool getting to know how people like to be loved. I mean, everybody's different. There's billions of people in this world. But anyway, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on your post notifications, and follow me on Instagram at Sofina the Diva and on Twitter at Sofina_de-Jesus. Also, if you think you might know what my love language is, which you probably don't, but I would like to see you guys guess a little bit. That would be fun. Okay guys, see you guys later.